For years, Britain was told to stay silent, to tolerate everything, to celebrate every difference.
You'll be excused to think that this is a church, but as is the case across the UK, we've took it over. It's now actually a mosque, a masjid. Christianity is depleting, atheism is unfulfilling, Islam is here and is here to stay. The British people, they may not like it, but as is the case with many things, there may be something which you don't like, which is good for you. So carry on making those churches for us, keep them empty, we'll buy them in a few years' time and we'll make them into a mosque.
But now, that silence is breaking. From grooming gangs to Sharia councils, from forced marriages to halal slaughter, Britain is finally standing up. Let me explain to you what's happening and why it's long overdue.
It's being asked to stop preaching by the police here.
Religion's about truth, not compromising. If we compromise, we're going to fall away. The Bible says it.
Multiculturalism was sold as unity.
The UK is a multi-faith, multi-ethnic, multicultural success story, and we believe that many of our greatest strengths derive from the diversity of our population.
But in practice, it became a cover for double standards, where some groups were shielded from criticism, and others punished for speaking up.
That's Tommy Robinson. I think there's more photographers than there is police officers.
The result? A country divided, a system afraid to protect its own citizens, for fear of being called racist. Thousands of young white girls abused in towns across England, and authorities knew. Grooming gangs operated by Pakistani Muslim men for years, but police, councils, even MPs looked away. Why? Because the abusers weren't white and no one wanted to cause offense. That's not multiculturalism. That's cowardice. Today, there are over 80 unofficial Sharia councils in Britain. They settle divorces, inheritance, even child custody outside the British legal system. Women are pressured to stay in abusive marriages. Where's the equality? Where is the law? One country should mean one legal system. Always. British law requires animals to be stunned before slaughter, but halal meat gets exemptions. Many call this cruel. Others say it's culture. But the question remains, why are British values and standards being bent for religious practices?
Turning to the new sentencing guidelines that's been published alongside this statement, which will make a custodial sentence less likely for, and I quote, ethnic minorities, cultural minorities, and faith minority communities. Why is the Justice Secretary enshrining this double standard, this two-tier approach to sentencing?
Every year, girls are taken abroad or coerced into marriage right here in the UK. And time after time, we're told to respect tradition. But at what point do we draw a line and say, this is Britain, and we protect our daughters? Something is changing. Politicians, journalists, and even ordinary citizens are starting to speak the truth. Not because they hate, but because they've had enough. Enough of being told to be silent. Enough of being second-class citizens in their own country. Britain isn't becoming extreme, it's becoming sane again. Enforcing the law equally. Protecting women and children. Putting British values first. And that's not intolerance. That's what every country has a right to do. If you believe in free speech, equal justice, and the right to speak the truth, subscribe to Let Me Explain to You, because this conversation is only just beginning.